Hey there everybody, it's ShadwSonic! Here with my next episode of Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. In the last episode, we took care of all the levels in this half of the world. And in this episode, I'm gonna open this little gate thing here. Let me adjust this. There we go, that's better. And whack it for a bunch of coins. Hey. Give me the coins. Thank you. And head on through the tunnel.
Astonishing! All my calculations led me to believe you had failed to knock out that generator.
Never was good at math.
Well, here's a real test for you. I found a way up to Raleigh's hideout, but unfortunately, it is doomed to failure.
You're not gonna tell me I have to shoot myself out of that cannon.
I'm afraid that's the only way.
Now you're talking.
You're really scaring me, man. Anyway, to get inside that thing, you had to steal all 7 of Raleigh's treasure keys.
So what are we waiting for? You show me those hollow whatsits.
You mean my holographic markers?
Yeah. And I'll swipe whatever it takes to get shot out of that cannon and steal back my family's Thievius Raccoonus.
Yep. So, as you can see right now, we have 5 of the 7 keys. So, let's start with the key for up here. Oh, life. Gotta go get that life. You're going to fail. No, I'm not. See? Could have sworn you were going to fail. A lot of people would, I wouldn't. And that's not saying that they're bad at video games, either. Anyway, you just want to hide here, and then hide here. Pretty obvious, and die! Thank you. The final normal level in this world. The Gunboat Graveyard. There's a bit of talking here, so let's listen.
Ahoy, dark hands! Capital job unloading that conquerors! You're the crown jewel of my operation. Do me the service of proving your worth yet again by protecting the treasure cave that I saw down there. There's a prowler on the premises. If any of you let him get his hands on that key, I'll personally flog the lot of you for an entire fortnight!
Wow, whipping a person for... What the... How long is a fortnight anyway? 20 days? 40 days? Either way, that's a really long time. Anyway, sorry if you couldn't hear that, but heck, I couldn't really hear it either, so I do know that he says stuff. Alright, now break this, and immediately go back to get those clues that were being guarded prior. Excellent. Alright, now it's time to jump over some stars. Love doing that slow-mo thing. Looks so cool sometimes. Ah, that guard. Be careful. Don't make any sudden noises, and wham! Now for some wanton destruction. Getting coins. Alright, now to to continue on with the level. And there's all 20 clues. And since the vault is right here,
Press the circle to enter the vault code.
that should be the last
This one
vault.
was cake. Input 719.
719. Yeah, you probably noticed it looked a little choppy there for just a split second.
Oh, you're lucky, Sly. This
That's not
page
just you,
features
it looked like that on my
Karen Cooper's
screen too.
coin magnet technique. All she had to do was stand near money, and it would magically jump into her purse. From now on, you'll automatically collect any coins you come near.
Oh yay, I love the coin magnet. Not only is it great power, but I don't have to press any buttons to activate it. Ah, sorry about that. So yeah, that's 6 treasure keys. Quack, but I thought you said this was the last normal level. And there's supposed to be 7 treasure keys. Yes, and both are true statements. Because the last level is a little different. It's right over there. Ow. Get out of the water, Sly. Get out of the water. Thank you. I just love doing the random slowdowns in midair. Alright, now this level is a minigame. Every world has at least one of these, and the later ones have more.
You found it, Sly. This is where Raleigh's gang of crabs stashes his sunken treasure. Use your sub to blast them. The left analog stick controls the sub. Give it a try. Great. Use the right analog stick to fire its gun. That's it. Remember, you can always drive the sub in one direction while firing in another. To earn a treasure key, you'll need to collect all 40 chests. Do not let a crab take one into a tube.
Alright, so as you may have recognized, this particular minigame plays exactly like Geometry Wars, except there are no power-ups, and it's a lot easier. And we also don't have the Technicolor explosions. God, the Technicolor explosions are awesome in that game. Also, when Bentley says collect, he means break. Now, sometimes a crab might get the treasure chest close enough to it that it vanishes when you destroy him, but as long as he doesn't escape his punishment, he'll still be fine. Come on, only a few more treasure chests. Come on! Excellent. Level beat. Now, like I was saying, later worlds have more minigames like that, but they're different. In fact, I think that's the only one that works exactly like how it did. So, now we have all 7 of the treasure keys, which means it's time to fight the boss. It's like, get in there. Thank you. And kaboom!
How delightful! We have a guest. The only thing is, I Great unexpected guest!
Listen, Raleigh, wipe up my family and steal what's mine, you better expect company.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry. How sloppy of me not to finish the job. Obviously, we should have snuffed you out as well. So, without further ado, let me make them as my what? Bloating to gargantuan size and squashing you like the insignificant bug that you are!
Bring it on.
Okay, that is a freaky image. Now, for the first phase, basically the idea is just avoid him any way you can. Doesn't matter how. Until he deflates, then you whack him. Next, all the platforms disappear except one you're standing on, so you have to use this tactic to avoid him. Come on. And there you go. Now for the next phase. You have to use the other tactic of avoiding. I'll land on it once, then I'll land on it twice and it sinks. Once, twice and it sinks. Once, twice and it sinks. Once, twice and it sinks. This time it won't sink because it's the end. And now for the last hit. This one is different than all the others. Jump rope.
Blast it all! You've beaten me! Well, gloat all you want, Sly Cooper. You're no match for Mugshot, my villainous cohort in Utah. You'll see. Mesa City is so well guarded, a snake couldn't slither in without setting off alarms.
Raleigh's section of the Thievius Raccoonus held detailed instructions on how to perform my ancestor Ryoichi Cooper's Ninja Spire Jump, a technique he developed while sneaking into the thickly fortified castles of feudal Japan. Finding a way off Raleigh's boat got a little tricky with the untimely arrival of Inspector Fox, who, failing to find me, busted Raleigh and his crew. With the storm machine out of commission, boats found their way back onto the ocean, and the mystery of the Welsh Triangle faded from memory. My gang and I loafed around England for a while, enjoying the pleasant weather, and then headed back home, excited for our next heist.
Alright.
I
We're
took
not
the
quite...
liberty of pinning your mission map up on the wall. You can use it to warp directly to any levels you've already visited.
Yes, like I showed prior. Now, you see those little clock thing? That little hourglass thing in the bottom right corner? That is a time trial, and I'm saving those for after we've gotten all the safes, because you can't get all the time trials dealt with until you've opened all the safes.
We're all set to go to Mesa City.
Alright, Mary, what's going on? That is a pathetic attempt at splits. Oh well. This episode is seeming really short right now, so let me just do the first level of this world and then we'll call it a day.
It had been a while since I'd been back in the U.S. Next up, the notorious Mugshot, ruthless muscle of the Fiendish Five. What he lacked in brains, he definitely made up for in brawn. Turns out he wasn't always that way. He grew up as the run of the litter, a neighborhood weakling. The only friends he could turn to were usually found on the big screen. It was there that he spotted his first gangster, and he knew instantly that that's what he wanted to be. He spent the rest of his youth working real hard to get there, fueled on his dreams of great power and respect. With enough perspiration, he realized that dream. He'd become a hard-boiled, street-brawling, tough-as-nails gangster, ensuring that he'd never be picked on or pushed around again. So he's holed up in Mesa City, huh? I've always wanted to go to that thriving American boomtown.
Yeah, the good old US of A. Sunset Snake Eyes. About as good of a world name as Tide of Terror was. Funny. A rocky start is the ending level of this episode. Nice.
Hey, Sly, I thought you said Mesa City was going to be loud and busy. This looks more like a ghost town.
Something's happened. Where is everyone?
I don't know, but it's starting to give me the creeps. What do you say we take off?
And miss all the fun? Besides, I want to try out that new move I got from Raleigh's section of the Thievius Raccoonus.
You mean the ninja spire jump?
Yeah, do me a favor and read me the instructions again.
To landeth safely upon diminutive points, leapeth lively and presseth the triggering device with the round geometrical object emblazoned upon it.
So, jump and hit the circle button to land on narrow spots.
That's a rough translation.
Yeah, the Ninja Spire Jump. One of the most invaluable moves in the Cooper arsenal. That guard never knew what hit him. Alright. So, this level is reasonably long. Most of the previous ones have had 20 or 30 clue bottles, and this one has 40. Now these guys, you want to wait until they've extended to the very end of their rope and then whack them. Ow. Slide. No! I told you to jump! Whatever. Let's just do that again with a little less fail. Oh, I missed one. Well, I guess there was a silver lining to that cloud. Now, let's head over on this otherwise completely optional path and get all these tasty clues. Well, maybe not tasty. Paper and glass isn't exactly fine dining, but whatever. They're still good. Funny thing, first time I played this game, this level was the last one that I completed 100%. And how in the world did I get hit by that guy? I mean, I know how from a programming standpoint, but how could I have been so distracted? I mean,
What's with those flashing lights?
The latest in high-tech security. Electronic floor sensors. Step on them and you're a goner.
Nice touch.
They're safe to walk on while flashing, but it also means they're about to switch to a different sector.
okay. Now, like I was saying, I've been told that something as simple as what I've just gone through is not... Ow, come on. Is not the LP curse. Although, I might sort of disagree on that point. But, still. Okay, I've forgotten the point that I was trying to make. You know, speaking of interesting facts about my first playthrough, I should probably mention an interesting story about how I got this game. You see, I was in South Texas at the time and was evacuating pretty much this place called South Padre Island, which is... Oh, come on, did I really die again? Yeah, anyway. I was living in this place called South Padre Island, which is basically as south as you can go in the continental North America without going into Mexico. And I had to evacuate for... I forget which hurricane it was. I think it was Emily? Yeah, it was Emily. Ow, come on, Slide. This is just sad. Anyway, we were in McAllen, and I decided... And I just saw this game at the local GameStop while I was over there. So, because I had seen several in-store demos by this point, I thought it was interesting enough to get. What I discovered from... Ow, come on! That shouldn't have hit me. What I discovered at that point from playing this game afterwards is that every single time I've played it since, I remember that evacuation. So now, when I really want to remember a particular vacation, I go out of my way to get a game from whatever local GameStop is at the place. Works pretty well. Some examples of games that I've done that with are like Metroid Primes 1 and 2 from a Hawaii trip. There was also Wario Land Shake It from the most recent Hawaii trip. That game was fun. Ow, come on. I thought there was land there. And I forget off the top of my head if there are other ones, but there probably were one or two. Anyway, over there is the safe. And you get to it by that rope. Kinda hard to see, which is why this was the last level I completed. But we don't have all the glue bottles yet, so we can't open it. Okay. There we go. Security down. Dealt with that crooked card shark. And over here should be... What? Why am I missing a clue bottle? Darn it. And I can't use the Binocucom to find the clue bottle I'm missing because this is a different hideout, and thus I can't use the blueprints from Raleigh's hideout. Hang on, it can't be that hard to find. I'll probably see it along the way that I'm backtracking, so... Just give me a second here. Ah, there it is. And now, since we're here, let's go open that vault. Now, something I should probably mention about how the unlockables work.
Enter the vault code. A little bit of higher mathematics and voila! Dial in 314. Okay,
3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the thing about how the vaults work, their prizes are determined by what order you get them in.
Cooper's patented explosive hat technique. Use the triangle button to toss your cap, then use the triangle button again to detonate it. Better back off to a safe distance first.
Ah, the exploding hat technique. So basically what I meant by these are determined by the order you get them in is if the 7th vault that I opened was one other than this, I'd still get the explosive hat technique. And this is how it works. Triangle to set it off, and triangle to blow it up. Not very helpful. So I guess I'll just run back over to the end of the level and call it there. So, thank you for watching this episode. I've been ShadwSonic, and I've got to get into the habit of saying this at the end of every episode. I take suggestions for my LPs, so if you have a particular game that you're interested in seeing, leave your suggestion in the comments below, and I might do it. So, next part, we'll be taking on, if not...
This mugshot certainly isn't shy. Okay, so we know he's here somewhere, but how are we supposed to find him? Mesa City is a big place.
Given that he's a bulldog, it seems only reasonable to assume that he'd choose to live in a giant fire hydrant.
That's some sound logic, Sly. Now you just need to find a way to break into the building's base.
Oh, I'm sure I'll think of something.
Okay, how the heck do I complete the first 3 levels of this video in 15 minutes, and yet...
Yo, hey, yo, it's the boss.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something. You know what, I'll play whatever he says next time, because I can do that by hitting L1 here. But for right now, the video is getting kind of long. So, like I was saying before, I take suggestions for my LPs, so if there's if there's a particular game you're interested in, leave your suggestions in the comments below, and if enough of you suggest it, I'll probably play it. Assuming, of course, that it's actually one that I'm ready, that I have ready to do. I'm not going to do, say, Skyward Sword or something, because even though that's a great game, I'm still playing through that the first time. And like I've said before, again, I do plan on having a list put up at some point somewhere saying which games I've 100%ed and which ones I'm still working on, to give you guys a better understanding of what you can recommend that'll work. So, next time we'll be taking on probably the 3 levels in this half of the world. Maybe a little of the second half as well. I don't know. I'll see you guys then, and we'll figure it out.